third. And it's Martin missing.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Lillard. And again, it's Portland converting.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
A different look now for Portland. Leonard, he's checked in for Plumlee. And it's Henderson for Lillard. It's Henderson on the wing. The feed to Crabbe. And it's McCollum in the corner. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it, and he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about the knees, my man, 'cause he looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Portland. Count that one. And that's now 18 points for C.J. McCollum.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting them.
Vonleh kicks to Henderson. Second chance shot. Kicks it out to Leonard. He dishes it to Crabbe. Back to Leonard. Pass to Vonleh. Stolen by Anderson. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Diop. Duncan, he's checked in for the Spurs.
Tim Duncan.
1:14 left to play here in the third. And there's the call on Ginobili. That'll be his second foul of the game. For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game of them, and now you know that is the case.
Offensive rebound. And Leonard gets it to go.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
San Antonio making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. And a switch here also for Portland. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Allen Crabbe. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. McCollum, Duncan with the block.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Aminu's checked in. Portland's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Here's Harkless, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Harkless has got 6 points in the quarter. The Spurs shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. Duncan. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
McCollum passes to Henderson. Drills the three-pointer. Henderson's got 13 points.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses. And the leads not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way that...
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Trailblazers running away with it. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Andre Miller. That's the San Antonio 5.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by.
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good. And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and freewheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And he gets it to go.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Kyle Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. Getting back to Ginobili and Popovich, everyone thought Popovich would break Ginobili of his reckless ways, but in fact, you know this, it was the opposite.
You know, Pop recognized he had something special in Ginobili, and it ended up changing his own philosophy, I mean, which I think speaks to the greatness of Greg Popovich. I mean, he was quoted as saying, you know, he does things, Ginobili, that win games. It taught me to watch a little bit more and not be so micromanagement-like, and not sure Pop's ever said that about anybody else.
Shot by Roberts, no good. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Blazers ball.
For Portland, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. It's deflected, but they'll get another chance. The dish to Aminu. Second shot opportunity. Connects. The jumper drops. Roberts got 8 points here in this quarter.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
The rebound by the Spurs.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. He feeds it to Leonard. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Feeds to Leonard. Plays it up and banks it in.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Trailblazers have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. Martin's checked in for Green.
In for your Spurs, Kevin Martin.
Portland's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Lillard attacking. That's tipped. Now, here is Miller. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. West is checked in for San Antonio. And so here's Portland. They've only given up 1 point in the fourth quarter. Lillard. That's good. Lillard's got 32 points.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this. Clearly a mental lapse and at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time, but it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. It's stolen by Martin. And here is West. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Seems to me as though he's lost his way a little bit in the second half. he'd been turnover free before the break. That's certainly not the case anymore.
And the Spurs making a change here. Diaw's checked in.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, he torches defenders in all kinds of ways. When he's on the floor, he's a matchup headache.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Lillard has been playing really well. 34 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
And guys, Myers Leonard really showing signs of progress in last season. Huge steps forward for the big man.
And you know, progress is all about confidence with young players. I mean, his shooting percentages were remarkable when you look at the fact that 50, 40, 90, 50%, 40%, 90% for a 7-footer, unheard of, and he's in that neighborhood.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Vonleh down low. Diaw on him. Leonard kicks to Henderson. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 6 points for Leonard.
Boy, this team has really been on the offensive glass here in the second half, doing an outstanding job. And that's one of the reasons they're on top.
Spurs making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in. Portland's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. West with the steal. And it's Miller penetrating. Can't cash in from close range.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been healthy at all.
And the pass to Aminu. The second chance effort, and the jumper falls for him.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Trailblazers.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capabilities.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Damian Lillard. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers. I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
Yeah, it's always a good win when you play the kind of game they have played tonight. I mean, especially, though, when you get it done on the road. That's a special, special feeling there.
Ryan Roberts is checked in for Lillard. Portland with the ball. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Roberts dishes to Aminu. Drills it from outside.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Now, here is Miller. Defense right on him. And the officials call a traveling violation.
Clearly a mental lapse and at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time. But it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
Here's Roberts. Wing shot on the way. Misses the shot. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding...
Well, Gerald, we know you...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Damian Lillard. He had an outstanding third quarter. And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.